Welcome to the 30th anniversary of Pride. And I saw in the press over the weekend it was the 40th anniversary of Pride in San Francisco. But haven't we got further than they have? It's wrong of me to do that. But what we've done in this city, congratulations to all of us. We've done a great job pushing the agenda for equality rights for queers. It's been a long road, those 30 years, and there were people who fought and who are no longer here, so I thought we could take a moment and remember those who are not here with us today. So if you would stand and perhaps remember Lena Chantrand or James Fraser or John Rowe, people who worked in our community. Just take a moment and remember the work that they did, the difference they made in this city. Thank you. About a half an hour ago, I was interviewed in my office, and we were able to point to the proclamation in 1991. If you remember, Eggleton was the mayor, and he refused to declare the day, refused to raise our flag, but City Council took the decision away from him, and City Council declared Pride for the first time in 1991. And can you imagine? Yes, City Council did the right thing. And we've been pretty lucky over the last 19 years, 20 years, with members of council and with council itself recognizing its responsibility to ensure that all Torontonians are treated with respect and with equality. And I think it's a credit to City Council that when the mayor was wrong, the council said, "You're wrong." We needed that leadership from council, and through the leadership of Rowlands and Hall and Lastman, who had quite an education process he went through, but he did get there. And with our current Mayor Miller, who didn't need the education process, he was there. We have become one of the great cities, and in fact, what I usually say, people say Toronto is a gay-friendly city. It is not. It's a gay city, not gay-friendly. One of the interesting things during this G20, we had about 6 journalism groups, international journalists from around the world who came to Toronto, and many of them asked to see the queer neighborhood. And these were people from Indonesia, Russia, South Korea, all over the world, but they knew there was something special about Toronto. And in fact, with a couple of them, I was able to take them after the dinner in the ECN Tower. We went to Church Street, and they got to experience what it was like to live in a community, in a city that valued its queer citizens. So we have a lot to be proud of, we have made such success over these 30 years. And I want to say that I'm really proud that this city has led. It hasn't followed, it has led. And I hope that we continue to do that over the next 30 years. Thank you. Mayor Miller.
So Kyle introduces me and then starts crying. I know it's been a hard weekend, Kyle, but this is supposed to be Happy Pride. Happy Pride, everybody. I want to acknowledge my colleagues on City Council who are here with us. City Councillor Joe Pantalone, Deputy Mayor Joe Pantalone, right here. City Councillor Shelley Carroll. City Councillor Pam McConnell. City Councillor Mike Feldman, and thanks for being here, colleagues. I'm sure there's others, but they're not sitting in the front row, so use it or lose it. Before I speak about Pride, I just want to say a very big thank you to Kyle Ray. Kyle got in politics to fight for human rights, and as he said, Toronto's now a leader. That was not always the case, and people who have been fighting for human rights in this city know that to be true. And today we are a leader. I was just happily posing with two Dutch gentlemen. Do you mind standing up? Who are now Torontonians, who not only have great sense in fashion, are not only married, I think are symbolic of how far we've come in 30 years of fighting for human rights, not just for the queer community, but for everybody. Kyle Ray's been a leader. He ran and got elected and stood up proudly as the first openly gay politician, and I think we owe him a huge, huge thank you. City Councillor Kyle Ray, my friend, and stop crying. And I must say, after the weekend we've had, it's awfully nice to turn the page and think about celebrating Toronto, about celebrating human rights, about being proud of who we are, about being in our streets and our neighborhoods, maybe even having the odd party. So this week, Pride Week, has to be better than ever. It has to allow people to speak up. It has to support human rights, and it has to ensure we all have fun. Are you up for that? Excellent. Yes, Councillor Ray just reminded me, I have to say that Pride has to be fabulous this year. Just fabulous. Okay, so it's my very great privilege in that spirit of respect, celebration of human rights, and a damn good party, to proclaim this week Pride Week in the city of Toronto. I have both English and French, so I will read part of each. The proclamation reads, Pride Week, June 25th to July 4th, 2010. Whereas Toronto's lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, two-spirited, and transsexual Pride Week is one of Toronto's largest and most important cultural events that contributes to our city's economic vitality by attracting thousands of visitors for the parades and week-long celebration. Toronto's strong, vibrant, and proud queer community, the third largest in North America, plays an important part in the rich fabric of our diversity and in a city where culture flourishes and neighborhoods grow. We have cause to celebrate in Toronto the harmony in which we coexist. Toronto City Council and the people of Toronto are in the forefront of efforts to establish a caring, compassionate society that is based on the inherent dignity of all of its members. We recognize that a fundamental strength of our community lies in our diversity, and we therefore take an active role in eliminating forms of discrimination and disadvantage. La Semaine de la Fierté Gay, June 25th to July 4th, 2010, as Pride Week in the city of Toronto, and encourage everyone to join in. Can I present it to the co-chairs?
With the usual fare, so please hang around, have fun, and it's okay if you're late for work today.